Hi, I'm Dad the Engineer. Waiting around in item product reviews on Amazon, you may have noticed that some reviews are tagged with Vine Customer Review of Free Product. You may have wondered, what's that? How can I get that? After all, who doesn't like free stuff? Well, today I'm covering Amazon's Vine Reviewer program. Amazon will tell you that Vine is an invitation-only program which selects the most insightful reviewers in the Amazon store to serve as Vine Voices. Vine Voices have the unique opportunity to order items free of charge and share their product experiences with Amazon customers to help them make informed buying decisions. The program currently consists of two reviewer tiers, Silver and Gold. New members usually start in the Silver tier, and you have the opportunity to advance to the Gold tier if you meet certain performance targets. Reviewer performance cuts the other way too, where failure to hit performance targets can get a reviewer demoted or removed from the Vine program altogether. Silver tier. This tier allows reviewers to request up to 3 items per day from products valued at $100 or less. To be upgraded to the Gold tier, a reviewer must review at least 80 Vine items and 90% of their Vine orders within a 6-month period. Gold tier. This tier allows reviewers to request up to 8 items per day from products of any value. To remain in this tier, reviewers should review at least 80 Vine items and 90% of their Vine orders within a 6-month period. Reviewers need to review at least 60% of the requested Vine items at all times. If less than 60% of your orders have been reviewed, the account will be placed under review. Reviewers are expected to be unbiased, honest, insightful, and provide detailed reviews. Generally speaking, there's not much standing in the way of that, but I do have one observation. If your Amazon username is your full name, or is similar to your email address, you may find that Amazon sellers reach out to you directly. Alternatively, they may identify you on their order fulfillment and contact you through the seller messaging system. I've received dozens of messages pleading with me to revise my reviews. The tone of these messages has ranged from, "How can you be so heartless? Now my children will starve," to, "I'm sorry you were too stupid to understand our product and its value proposition." Sometimes sellers will offer bribes. I'm not sure how others respond to this type of stuff, but I'm not willing to jeopardize my ethics or my Vine status for $100. It's hard to know how much corruption is out on Vine, but it's safe to say that it's some non-zero amount. I think it's massively reduced, though. The interface of the program is in the form of a Vine dashboard. There's a tab of available items broken down into items recommended for you, items available to all, and more items available to all. At the time of this recording, there were about 120,000 items to pick from. There's a tab for items awaiting review, and there are tabs for seeing your Vine orders, account information, and program resources. The experience is half-heartedly integrated into the rest of your Amazon experience, with Vine orders showing commingled with your normal orders, except with the payment method showing as gift card balance. At the end of the year, you'll get a 1099 NEC form. I'll explain that a bit more in a minute. First, I'll bore you a bit with my personal Vine journey. In February of 2018, I stumbled upon my Amazon profile page. Wait, we're ranked? I was fascinated that my ranking was about 45,000 despite having only about 50 reviews. At that point, I decided to make a concerted effort to improve my ranking and to get an invitation to the Vine Voices program. I tracked my progress in a spreadsheet, noting reviews, votes, and rank because, of course I did. Remember, I'm Dad the Engineer. By the end of 2018, my ranking was 3,024 with 175 reviews and 511 votes. In February of 2019, I had a ranking of 2,207. I also had an invitation to Vine Voices. I applied, filled out a text questionnaire, and I've been a member ever since. From that point, I was focused on getting the various badges for ranking. At the time, Amazon got rid of visible viewer rankings. In September of 2022, I was ranked 86, with no realistic way of getting much better than that. My early reviews read like something that you'd see in Consumer Reports. Since then, I've moved on to a less structured format. I explain absolute quality, relative value, and anything I wish I had known about the product at the time I selected it, good or bad. Lazy Vine members use AI to write their reviews or just write a sentence or two. That said, a long review isn't necessarily a good review either. My household has gotten about $150,000 worth of goods on Vine in the last 4 years, and probably about $200,000 over my entire time in the program. It was definitely easier to rack up huge tax values before the massive increase in program participants. The program's expansion has proportionally diluted the ability of any given participant to get big-ticket items. Maybe we'll get back to widespread availability of computers, laptops, TVs, monitors, and builder gear, or maybe not. All I know is that the program has changed dramatically over the years, and that you just have to adapt to those changes. When describing Amazon's Vine to others, I used to make the mistake of saying that the items were free. In the earliest iterations of the program, the goods were free, but the caveat was that you could be asked to return the items upon Amazon's request. These days, you always get to keep the items, but you are responsible for paying the tax value. Generally speaking, you should look at everything you get as being discounted to your marginal tax rate, so between 10 and 37% in the United States, depending on your annual income. Depending on how valuable the stuff is that you get, you may need to change your federal withholding to keep from getting into tax underpayment scenarios where you owe penalties and interest. Out on Reddit, you can see people discussing Vine items that they were able to get for $0 tax value. Certainly, I don't begrudge anyone using Vine however it works for them, but I think it's safe to say that the expectation is that you select items that you would otherwise purchase with your own money. Then the review that you produce would be an honest appraisal of the item for which you already had some level of expectations. The reward is the 63 to 90% discount you get from only paying tax value. So that's a brief introduction to Amazon's Vine program. If you found this video to be helpful, please like and subscribe as I get this thing going. If you would like to contribute some feedback or have questions about Vine, please engage with me in the comments below. If, like me, you're a little old school, please check out my website linked in my bio. Thanks and have an awesome day.